All right, welcome back, traders. I know it's been a while. I had to come on tonight. There has been lots of price action we need to talk about. Is this the end of the bull market? Did Bitcoin put in a triple top? Is it over, guys? Is it over? Right? Is it over? I will say it's not looking too hot. Okay, the weekly here crossing up on Tether. We're watching Tether dominance here, as this is the lead driver to have an understanding of what this market's going to be doing, right? Ever since we actually broke this trend line right here, it was actually looking pretty meek. We had a breakout, and now we've successfully back tested this level as support, right? So when you get a breakout and a back test and you see a continuation on an asset, right, you'd have to be bullish on this asset. Unfortunately, we're talking about Tether dominance here, and Tether dominance is looking pretty bullish right now. So that is not going to bode well for crypto, right? We just finished closing a weekly candle here, and we can all see what's been transpiring in the market. Someone passed the tissues. Yeah, so we just put an engulfing candle through the weekly 200 EMA. We're now sitting below the 100 period moving average. To me, this still really looks bad for the market. Nothing good coming of this. This is this is the 50. The green line here is a 50 period. So yeah, we're still below the 50 period. But once you start reclaiming the 200 week moving average, that is showing a sign of a bottoming formation, and really a sign of potential continuation for this asset right here. And this is the Tether dominance chart. So this is the dollar in crypto land showing strength. Not something you really want to see if you want to see your cryptos go up, right? So you had this low, you had a higher low, and you put in a third higher low. That is accumulation, right? We're seeing accumulation on Tether. Tether being accumulated here and engulfing really the last couple weeks here of July. All right, not a good look. Not a good look at all. Obviously, equities markets have been rolling over. We were looking at the S&P the other day. It looked kind of meek. Yeah, we'll take a look at NQ. You can see NQ here, with the rising wedge on the weekly time frame, confirming this back test here and a follow through to the downside here on the S&P 500. We'll look at mini futures here in a second, but we can see the S&P mini futures down 1%. I'm looking at this 523 region on the S&P right now as a support level. But rising wedges, when they start breaking down, we could be looking at a confluence area here, which is the 50 period weekly moving average. That area right here is confluent with this major level right here. I think eventually we're going to see something. We're going to probably come down and test this region. I don't know how long that's going to take, but it could escalate pretty quickly as you've confirmed this local top and rising wedge breakdown. And for Bitcoin, similarly, not a rising wedge, but kind of, to me looking like triple top stuff up here, and breaking this neckline, which has been broken. All right, and I don't know, man. 50.9K on the weekly is the 50 period here. That's probably an area where we're probably going to get a bounce if we don't bounce off the range low here, which we might initially do. and probably something along the lines of a bounce here and then a back test of 60K, and then see continuation down, because the tether chart to me looks extremely bullish. So there's no reason right now to be really that bullish this market until we really see a massive rejection candle on tether. Okay. I was thinking, like, I know you're talking about 42K, which could totally happen, but I was looking at on the monthly here, you're looking at, I would say 47K is the next major fib extension once we start losing this 55K region. 47K happens to be the golden pocket. We could wick down to 45, or even like you're saying 42. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how this plays out. I mean, it's just it doesn't look very good at all, unfortunately. We needed a monthly candle close above 66.5K. If you guys recall me talking about that, we failed to do that, and we can clearly see right now on the monthly, we've now crossed the signal line through. We're still sitting, at 60 on the RSI. Obviously, lots of room to go down. We had really a massive amount of bearish divergence up here. We made a higher high on price with a lower level of relative strength on the RSI, and yeah, this is just looking like it's gonna probably continue rolling over for a bit. I mean, I have no reason to be that bullish on this market right now. I mean, look at the volume too; it just doesn't look good. I mean, like, you can see the volume candle coming in here to the downside. Not the best, man. Not the best at all, unfortunately. So I think, like I said, a lot of confluence around this, even as low as 38, 39K. There's a lot of confluence there. This could take a few months to play out. It may not happen right away. I guess you could see this as maybe a channel. I mean, yeah, like the bottom of this channel is around 36 to 38K region. That golden pocket, I think, is probably going to get tagged, right? It's possible that happens. The dollar is getting slayed. The dollar looks like it's going to 102.3. We broke this 786 fib extension. This looks like a descending triangle. You're probably going to come back. You're probably going to come to the 100 level eventually. I don't see how this support is going to hold with this type of price action for the dollar. So the dollar is going to get wrecked. Equities markets are going to get wrecked. Risk assets are getting wrecked. Your US 10-year is getting wrecked. You broke a major trend line. So the 10-year is going to come all the way down to 3.27%. You might even tag the monthly moving averages here on the US 10-year. The VIX, man, the VIX spiked like 70% on Friday. Yeah, it feels like this is a beginning of a massive downtrend, is what it feels like. Which sucks. Total market cap here, lower highs. I mean, yeah, one could argue that this is a consolidation, but you can see the moving averages losing their slope here. And on the weekly time frame, yeah, I mean, the only good thing is on the weekly time frame, we're above all major moving averages. But I just don't see anything bullish on this chart at all. Weekly stochastic crossing down. Your 2 week did get a reset. Yeah, I mean, look at your MACD though, man. Like, does that look good? Yeah, it looks terrible. That looks pretty bad. Yeah. Unfortunate turn of events here in this market. All all of it's in the gutter. Doesn't look like it's going to get any better for a bit. This descending broadening formation, I remember identifying this, and I just didn't want to believe that this was going to play out, but it's going to play out. It's going to play out. So looks like the tether target is like, I don't know, man, 7, maybe 8%. That probably brings us back down to bear market lows on Bitcoin. That's going to just completely annihilate this market unless something drastic happens where Fed pivots, emergency Fed pivot, and they just reverse this price action. Like, no, I don't foresee that happening right that quickly. I just don't see anything happening like that. This chart's not telling me that. This chart's telling me that weekly is bullish on Tether, and you can see it just legging up here. So this looks bad, not good. Looks really bad. Looks bad. Looks pretty bad. Any comments, questions, concerns about what's been seen here? Gold probably looks like it topped out, maybe. Looks like a double top. Not confirmed yet, but it looks like it just made the same high and got rejected. NQ. Listen, man, I'm not saying that you shouldn't accumulate Bitcoin on the way down. Sure. I think you can buy all the way down, man. NQ 17837 looks like the 2-day 100 period moving average. This is the 50 period we broke, so probably going to go to the 100 period, test that. Again, you know, looks a lot like a rising wedge type of structure that is playing out, or maybe just a channel. But to me, it looks like a rising wedge. Yeah, that's a confirmed breakdown. Looks like gap down on the daily. Yeah, gap down on the daily. So your daily 100 period moving average 17.8 probably bounce there, I would say. Yeah, this looks awful. It's pretty bad, man. So you might get a bounce like intraday or something to go gap fill, back test before moving lower. That's my guess. So like maybe you do something like this, you come up to back test it, get rejected, and then leg down. ETH looks pretty bad. Looks like it even broke my demand line there. Yeah, ouch. So down to the 100 period, moving average on the 2-day chart, or pretty close to it, broke the major uptrending support line. This looks like it could be a, yeah, this looks awful. If this is a rising wedge that plays out, man, this looks really bad. We could be looking at like $1,200 ETH or some awful scenario here. I don't know if this is going to play out, but yeah, 2,300 maybe. Looks like right now is a major level. Yeah, that's a nice, nasty breakdown. High, lower high, lower high, follow through. Neckline broken. Confirming that looks pretty bad, man. Gotta say that looks pretty bad. If this is one massive rising wedge, man, we got trouble ahead. We got trouble ahead, man. Like you couldn't even make it to the top of the rising wedge. Ouch. I mean, You even have monthly bearish divergence on the MACD oscillator here. That's not good. That's not good. Not good. None of it's good. Doesn't look good. Are you becoming oversold on the daily chart? Yes, you're oversold on the daily chart. Are you going to bounce here? Yes, we could get a bounce here. And I think the bounce that would occur would probably be where we're at to backtest, you know, the 3,000 level as probably resistance before going probably lower. Yeah, I think they all look like shit. They all look really bad. None of this looks good. None of it really looks good. Total hasn't broke its major trend line yet, but I mean, you can see you got a daily impending death cross about to happen here. How's it going, Joe? I don't have good news for us, buddy. Unless some miracle just happens right now, which to me, when you get a cross like this on the weekly time frame, that doesn't look good at all, man. That doesn't look good at all. Looks really bad. Like breaking bullish territory back into neutral territory on the weekly time frame. Bad. Bad, 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 bad. Bearish divergence on the monthly. Yeah. Ouch, guys, ouch. Yeah, it doesn't look good. No sugarcoating this one, guys. Doesn't look good at all. Oh, well, this could be a bullish consolidation structure. I don't know. Looks scary. Looks scary. Gap down. Bitcoin futures gap down. Yeah. Anywho, I don't have any good news for you guys tonight. I'm sorry. Don't have good news. It's going to get uglier before it gets better. Bitcoin futures did fill that gap, yes, and made a new gap. So is it possible that we become oversold here and we just reverse out of nowhere right here and back test this level? Yes. So is it possible that we just do something like this? Yes. Come back up, fill the gap, back test it, go lower. That's probably what it's going to do. I mean, I don't know if that's probably what it's going to do. I mean, it can do that, I should say. I wouldn't say the probability is high that we do that. Yeah. Yeah. None of it looks good. None of it looks good. We'll see. This might act as resistance for right now on Tether. We could get a little bit of a relief bounce or something here. We're at the range high. We could see we're getting a bit of rejection here on the hourly time frame. You know, we could be putting in a local top here for now. We get a little bit of relief. Maybe they take this back down to 5.46%. Everyone gets all bullish. Oh, we're going to rip. We get our relief rally. And then, I mean, they come back up to break it, is what it might seem like. Because, like, what's interesting is Tether dominance is not even following the DXY. If Tether dominance was following the DXY right now, this market would be going insane burger because the DXY is getting destroyed. DXY is getting absolutely destroyed. Look, this is Tether versus the DXY. Yeah, I'm saying that it's possible we do get some sort of relief because we're probably oversold on smaller time frames, like 4 hour, 8 hour, 12 hour daily, maybe. And Tether up at that range high right there. So, like, yeah, we could. It's possible, but when you get an engulfing candle like that, that's a statement candle right there, man. Like, you can't really be bearish on the Tether dollar like that. That just looks really strong, man. Looks really strong. And all those oscillators look like absolute shit, man. They just don't look good. They don't. It's reclaiming this moving average, which we haven't done since the last bear market. It feels like we're going into a bear market. That's what it feels like. It certainly feels like that. Sucks. Definitely sucks. 57,876 on Bitcoin. Printed a weekly short signal. Printing a weekly short signal. I think we actually printed it. Yeah, it's been printed. We've broken the weekly Kijun line. 51K looking likely here pretty quickly. Pretty soon. Could happen within the next couple days. Someone could argue that we're just in a like I said before, a massive consolidation structure, but it kind of more looks like a distribution type of pattern than anything else with this kind of format, with the momentum looking like that. Am I still holding crypto assets? Yes. I don't know. Just sucks. None of this is good. None of this is good. Just ran up really fast, and we had this massive deviation outside the Bollinger here, like we did last top. But we didn't even come back up to make bearish divergence like we did in that December 21 high. We didn't even do that. We're just topped out and then just, I don't know. Just seems like a little. Yeah, no real below off top. Just maybe just a triple 1, 2, 3 triple top up top there, right? Yeah, man. Once we start making once we start getting 5-day closures coming into this green band here, it's pretty much over. It's pretty much over. Oh. Unless by some miracle, in the next 5 days, we wick out of here. It's tough to be a bull right now. Really, it is. It's tough to be bullish on this market after what it's been showing us with these lower highs, consecutive lower highs. So. Yeah, it's weak. It's a weak sauce, man. It's really weak. It's really weak. Imagine what, Toe? What are we imagining? It doesn't even make sense to look at altcoins right now. They're all just going to get eviscerated. Solana double topping here. Coming down to the neckline, we confirm that. Or we're going to probably see 108 pretty quick, pretty soon. This looks a lot like a like one of these bat patterns. Probably what, 886 fib extension up there? Yeah, 886 bearish bat. Could be doing something like this. Back to like $30 or something with an ABC down. I don't know, dude. Who knows after that? Maybe into late 25 or something. Yeah, this has not been a very liquid market, right? Like that's the whole thing. Is like no liquidity really came into major alts. People were trading meme coins, and that's really it. Memes got rallies, and that was basically the cycle. It was just a meme coin cycle. I mean, you had a couple assets that made new all-time highs, and that's really it. Like Caspa or something, right? Like this stupid shit coin. This thing looks like it's about to get wrecked. Look at that divergence on this thing. Lower highs with the new all-time high. Yeah, this thing's about to get smoked. If you want a good short, Caspa looks pretty good for a short. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overreacting and being overly bearish here, but I just don't see a really good bullish argument right now. I don't see it. Anyone want to convince me otherwise? Do we have any really bullish catalysts coming? Like typically rate cuts come in when, there's fears of recession, right? Like everyone's expecting a rate cut and like market's pricing in a rate cut right now, but shouldn't they be at least trying to hold the structure at all? Like, yeah. Yeah, it's tough to be really a bull in this market right now. Could it just be the political situation? No, man. I mean, yes, that's going to impact for sure, but just look at the chart. The chart, okay. So the 2-month candle here, was really, really the thing to look at. That really set it off right here. See this 2-month candle we printed back here in March? That's a doji. That's a reversal candle on a 2-month time frame. They tried, man. We tried to push this thing up. If we were able to get a 2-month candle close above 70K with a candle body, not a wick, a candle body close above there, we would negate this candle. That never happened. And I was really adamant about this 2-week cross up, man. But like, we never got it. We were attempting to get it the other day, but we never closed above 20 to get that buy signal. That buy signal never came in. We just started getting rejected, and equities just started selling off. Everything just started selling off. So momentum is now lost on the 2-week time frame. We started to get it on the weekly, right? We got the buy signal on the weekly. We got that push to 70K. That was great. That was me being optimistically bullish on this market. Like, it's tough to be bearish when you're doing stuff like this, when you're about to break the range, and then boom, third lower high, right? Wrecked. Trapped lots of people. Tough. Yeah, I think this year is done, man. Like I don't see any real bullish argument here. I think guys, I think this trend line right here, you see this trend line right here? Resistance, broke through it, back tested as support, rallied. I think we're going to come back to this level, 45 to 47K, I think is where we're going pretty quickly. So That's what I'm seeing right now. I can't be like totally bearish on programmed Bitcoin here, right? Like Bitcoin, we just had our halving. Typically, like what, 3 to 6 months after halving, we see parabolic movement. But this isn't giving me that inclination we're going to see parabolic movement right now. We're seeing parabolic movement to the downside right now. Like, this looks like shit. Looks like shit. Looks like absolute shit. Looks bad. So, yeah. The good news is you're going to get a chance to reaccumulate some of these altcoins that you maybe missed out on earlier in the cycle. Yeah, and just breach of the range there. Nasty candle on the 2-week chart there. Yeah, 52K incoming for sure. And then maybe this level here, you can see this trend line that acted as resistance. This was probably a rising wedge breakout. Yeah. So a rising wedge breakout, back test, and then rally into that 74K region. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't expecting anything. I was just hodling my bags because, like, well, you know, I've been long INJ since $1.60 here. I took some profit in December on it. Like, I'm not looking to sell this position or even get out of it right now, to be honest with you guys, because I'm yielding off of it. But this is probably going to come back down to like $12, maybe lower, maybe even $10 or something. That's fine. I mean, whatever. Kusama never really had a chance. This thing just never even made it to like past $60. This thing looks like it's going to make new lows, which sucks. Because like this thing never really went overbought. Like it, I guess here it went overbought on the weekly time frame, but weak sauce. This is a weak asset. And then flow is the other position that I have. Again, man, this never really made a real run. Like it barely got to the 236 fib extension. Just came back down to the lows. Yeah, I don't know. Render. Yeah. Render got destroyed. Yeah, it was looking like it was going to be okay here until Bitcoin just decided to top out. But yeah, Render, pretty clear trend line here. Could be looking at like $2, man. Or like to the weekly 200-week moving average at 250s on this thing. Getting pretty close to weekly oversold. So yeah, I mean, I would when you start getting weekly oversold RSIs, that's probably the time to accumulate or buy. You got some time to wait. A little bit of waiting time here. I'm sure Fear and Greed Index is in fear. Oh yeah, 26. Yep, that looks bad. Link probably looks like trash. Link didn't even really have a run this cycle. It went from what, like 4 to 20 or 6 to 20, 5 to 20. Yeah, my guess is back to like $8 on this thing. I mean, it might even be lower. Just look at the structure. This looks like a, you know, like a lower high inverted cup and handle. And you might be looking at like $3 for Link here, man. Like really, that might happen. It might happen. Yeah, like $2-3 maybe. if things really get bad, like this could get really bad really quickly. Could escalate really bad really quickly. Well, we'll see. I hate to be the guy that's like super bearish, but like there's no bull case right now. This looks bad. It's bad. And like your monthly tether is just giving you a buy signal now. This could be months. This could be several months of downside action. It's just weird to me though that the dollar is getting like pretty much destroyed, and the tether dollar is ripping. It just doesn't make any sense. Something is off. Something is really off. Anyone else see that? Anyone? Bueller? No one has a word to say. Typically, if the dollar is weak, that means Bitcoin should be strong because, well, Bitcoin's paired against the dollar. Bueller. Okay. Craziness. Absolutely craziness. All right, Chris. Have a good night, man. Thanks for popping on. Yeah, I guess this channel is the valid channel for tether dominance now. And that's it. Bobby Singh misses the whole stream. Nothing good right now, really, to be fair. Doesn't look very, very good at all. Looks bad. Looks bad. Looks like a very strong tether dominance, which is kind of backwards because the dollar doesn't look strong at all. The dollar looks very weak. In fact, the DXY is probably going to come all the way down to 102s. So something be fishy here. Something be going on. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and probably be on the bearish side here, that we're probably going to make a new low based on what I'm seeing. Based on this accumulation, right? Like, You can clearly see that it's being accumulated. If it wasn't, it would be making lower lows. Like it would have taken this low out, right? Like it looks really strong. Really, really strong. So I apologize if I have misled you. And I've also I've also held some of my positions, and well, I'm probably going to continue holding them at this point. It doesn't really make sense to capitulate them. So that's it. Yep, that makes sense. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, the monthly here on Tether, sitting at 47, we have this region here that is going to be tested, which is, pretty much neutral or close to bullish control zone. Yeah, I mean, this bounce here is pretty strong. You get a bounce like that. Yeah, that's, and then the 6 month bouncing off 70. Yeah, I don't know, man. When you zoom out on this, though, this doesn't necessarily look like you want to be bullish on dollars. Short term, yeah, for sure. Maybe the next few months. We'll see. The bull case here is pretty slim to none right now. Is what I'm getting at. After this break here, and these higher lows being put in, like these last few weeks. Like I thought July 4th, this was a massive rejection here, right? We didn't confirm any higher lows yet. This, I honestly haven't been streaming the last few months, because I have, some new little ones that I've been attending to, but yeah, this doesn't look good. If we start breaking back into this trend line here, it's going to get pretty brutal. It's going to get pretty brutal. We do that. I would say even right now, it's probably looking pretty meek. 56.6, 0.7K, yeah. Have a good night, Toe, man. Appreciate you tuning in, bro. Yeah, man. ETH right at the weekly major trend line here. Jeez. That looks bad. That breaks, man. It's most likely going to break. This is looking bad. Bad news, bulls. The bears are going to win right now. Bears are going to win. I should say the bears are winning. Anyways, folks, Wish I had better news, but I do not have good news. All right, we've been live for 45 minutes, and appreciate all you guys tuning in. Hopefully, y'all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Definitely try to stockpile as much dry powder as you can, because at some point this will reverse, of course. But this might take some time. All right, guys. We'll keep you guys updated, and we'll catch you guys in the next stream. Yeah, maybe I'll do some more content on this this week too. Give you guys some follow up on it. Just pay attention to the tether dominance chart. I think that's all you really need to watch. If that thing is continuing to make higher highs and higher lows, well, you guys know what the price is going to do, right? At most of these assets. When is the best time to monitor the market? I mean, you can monitor it really anytime. I mean, this is a 24/7 market, and yeah, that's it. It's not looking too good right now. Hate to say that, but that's what these charts are saying. Not good news. So if you got in the early part of 2023 and you're buying Bitcoin below 30K, I think you're fine. There's no reason to really like full on panic stuff, but you know, some altcoins, I mean, I'm holding a bunch that I'm wrecked on right now. I'm going to probably just be weathering the storm and holding them myself. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty ugly situation here for a bit. Looks like. All right, that's all I got. Have a good night, folks. And again, I apologize if I was wrong in calling these market movements, which it happens to the best of us. This is a big one for sure. Not the best here. Not my best work. Yeah. Well, this development here was really not good. Yeah. Our weekly is still long on Tether. As soon as our weekly goes short on Tether, we could talk about some upside in the market. But for now, shorts are going to win for the moment. All right. Why, man? I got to be hard on myself. If I don't stay hard on myself, how am I going to learn and teach you guys and stay on top of my game, man? Like this is this is part of life, dude. Got to learn, got to grow. Got to learn and grow. And if you're not honest with yourself, then you're not honest with the folks that support you and follow you too. So like, I know I didn't really lead you guys, into this whole situation when it started. The situation started, it didn't look good in the beginning, but I thought there was a possibility we could be reversing this trend at at that 57K region. We got some real bids that came in. That was a massive wick up, right? And like we failed to break, man. 70K was it, dude. Like we just never broke 70K. We made a few attempts, all failed rallies, and then the stock market started rolling over. That didn't help the situation. Dollar getting wrecked. Obviously, recession fears, people just exiting risk assets right now. The situation is tough, man. It's a tough situation for these markets. So yeah, I like to keep it real. If I mess up, I mess up, dude. This is a really big mess up. Yeah, if you think about it. But I'm still here. I'm gonna keep talking about the charts, keep talking about what I'm doing. I'm just holding stuff. I'm not capitulating these markets. I think even though these assets might drop another 40-50%, some of them, that's fine. I think longer term, this is gonna be fine. I think crypto is the future of money. So I think they're going to give you a nice price on Bitcoin, man. If you get back down to 32K regions, I mean, that's a steal, right? Like, I think that a lot of this is being manipulated to do that so that these bigger institutions can reaccumulate, right? Like, I don't even think retail was really in this market. Mostly, it was mostly institutional driven this cycle so far. Like what we saw meme coins blow up, like that was as much retail that was in. And yeah, there was some retail involved in that for sure. But like, I really think there was a lot of institutions involved in that too, not just all retail. Like if you look at all these different YouTube channels, all their numbers are way down from the 2021 cycle. If you go to like, Google, what is it? Google search, Google Trends or whatever, and you look up, Bitcoin. And we go to the past 5 years, let's just say. Look, man, it's like it didn't even get to a 55. All right. Look what it did back in 2021. It got to 77. That was June 2022. And the 2021 top, we got to like almost 100. Okay. So, like, to me, this is really weak sauce, man. Weak sauce. Okay. What's up, Tin Top? What's going on, dude? Yeah, so, I mean, we'll see. I mean, it obviously just looks extremely bullish. Like, there's no reason to be thinking we're really going to be making that much upside here in this market. The weekly cross bullish on Tether. The 2-week probably crossed up or is about to cross up. Yeah, I think the next yeah. Well, I mean, if we end up wicking down to like 47K, which is, I think, looking likely right now, once we end up breaking this $50,000 region, yeah, I think it's just going to instill more fear. I think we will have a run eventually after this major drawdown. And it's going to be a major drawdown. It looks a lot like what we did in 2019. So, yeah, I mean, it's different though, because in 2019 we just got to the golden mean ratio, right? In this cycle, we basically printed a new all-time high, but like candle body closed 69 or 68K. So, yeah, I mean, it got really the buying on Bitcoin was like really there. We just got too heated too fast, and this market's just going to reset, massive reset. Stock market also got heated, really overextended. Recession fears now. I mean, I think that's BS though, man. I don't know, man. We'll see. Job numbers down, all that stuff, right? All those news things. Anyways, I don't want to keep dragging this on, but I'll say that it doesn't look good right now. Just do whatever you can to manage your risk. If you are long some of these assets, we will eventually get a bounce in this market. I think we're not just going to, I mean, we can just crash to 52K. Why not? I mean, we're probably pretty much already there. So, yeah, it sucks. 56.6. Going to continue on down for a bit. Our range low here at 54 and change will probably tag that. Looks pretty likely right now. That's it. That's the demand zone right now, 54K. All right, guys. Appreciate your time. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And we will keep you guys posted on the price action. Thank you guys so much. Have a great evening.